If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance.
Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, it's 4 o'clock, and it's time for Hammer Away. Today you can see we are facing a paradox with Derrick Brumley of St. Louis metal band Conquest. So let's get into this, shall we? We are going to give it a check here, and I will bring up Mr. Derrick Brumley. What is shaking, my friend? Here we go. I'm going to unmute you there real quick. There you go. Hey.
There you are. There you are. What's up?
Yeah, plenty, man, plenty.
Cool.
Look, I've been looking forward to this.
Well, you know what? I always have. It's always a pleasure talking with guys who love hard rock, heavy metal, and obviously you do.
Yeah, you know, I had to do this at the last second. I told Derrick, I said, I'll be right back.
I got to do this, right?
I had a Coca-Cola shirt on. That ain't gonna work.
Well, yeah. Hey, you see what I got on, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
so
a
now that
Patriot
soundbite that we just heard, that's a little something from the album The War We Rage.
And 2013.
2013. And I'm telling you guys, I've had this for most of my life down here in St. Louis.
Right?
Because I saw these guys years ago and I'm like, I gotta get a copy. And then I think, did I see you? Did you guys play down at the House of Rock down south?
The House of Rock, was it House of Rock?
Is that
you mean South City?
Down by Ronnie's down at Ronnie's.
Yes, we played there before, sure.
Okay, maybe that's where I saw you first. But since then, I saw you guys open up for Iron Horse down with the Viking Lounge.
Oh wow.
And then probably I think I may have seen you at the Diamond Music Hall most recently.
Okay, yeah, no, that's more current stuff there.
Yeah, and then in between there, of course, I saw you guys open up the show that was Ace Frehley and
oh well, yeah,
out at the amphitheater,
Chesterfield Amphitheater.
Yeah.
That was as a mucked up day as that was, it was fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was a crazy day. Lots of good bands there that day.
It was a good fun idea. It just like usual in rock and roll, there's always something to trip over. So
yeah. There's a lot of things I want to talk to. We got about 30 minutes here to chat, so I'll probably skip over certain little things that I would normally do.
Sure.
But a lightning round question for you.
Okay.
You and I were talking about vinyl, CD, streaming services real quick before we started.
Right.
And of course, I have a couple of pieces of vinyl back here. And I'll get into a little bit of something about that in a minute. But do you collect vinyl still, or do you have a collection still?
I do. I take a lot of joy when it kind of takes a little bit of angst off me when I go out and go look for something. And the fun of being a 14-year-old kid again when you find that cool diamond in the rough, or that you hear the new Priest record just came out and you run out and you grab it, that's cool to me too still. And I think that's a joy that only our the 2 or 3 generations wrapped up from the mid 80s up through the probably early 90s, mid 90s or so before it turned into a different idea.
Absolutely. I back in the day, we would always look forward to that new vinyl album. We talk about it. Meaning we of our generation that were collecting vinyl all those years. And Oh,
Sure.
I'm going to pull these up. I just got these, Derek. I mean, these are gorgeous, and I never owned them on vinyl.
Well, that
So
makes it even better, right?
I went the extra mile and I bought these.
There you are. There you are.
And
I have those on vinyl. Oh yeah,
so, I
definitely.
mean, to have those, and
You have to have them. And I'm telling you, if you don't do it, take one day that you go, oh, what am I going to do today? That means that when you can say that, that means you got a minute to do it. Go down, throw your records on, sit back, and remember that you have to get up and turn it over, because that's the best part. That's the best part. What used to be a pain in the ass is now the best part. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, one of those first world problems, right? Oh,
right.
Shit. I got to go turn this damn thing over.
Hopefully someday they come out with something different. Right.
You know, what's really interesting to me is, why didn't they ever really do that? It's like, because they came, well, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a stylus as opposed to a laser, but I got a laser disc player that plays the other side.
Yeah, right.
Like, could they have put two styluses there? So
they probably could have came up with two needle ideas. Yeah. No doubt about it.
Maybe that's where we're going to be billionaires right there.
That's
buddy.
it. That's the new idea.
We'll get together with somebody who knows how to do that shit.
Somebody with a pile of money.
That's it. There you go.
That is required for such a thing.
It's not who you know, it's who you know with a lot of money.
With a lot of money, that's right.
I was just telling Derek too about, we love hearing the dogs here on the show. I dig it.
As you hear, I got the neighbor's dog. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, going nuts over there and chases. So I live kind of out where there's some woods, and there's a lot of time there's deer and stuff like that running around too. So you never know what it is.
So what was? Do you remember what your first piece of vinyl was?
First thing I bought, I'm gonna say, was myself. Was Black Sabbath, Never Say Die.
Wow.
My first of my purchase. My mom bought me a record or two prior to that.
Yeah.
That was a Rush record. What else was it? It was Rush.
That's a loving mom.
Oh, I had great parents. I had great parents. She got me Rush. God, what else was that? Oh, Foghat Live.
Oh yes.
And right. And there was another one. I can't remember what it was. I almost want to say Styx Equinox or something like that. And man, you know, that launched me. And what really launched me was my brother, who's 4 years older than me, was dating this girl, and I go in the other room where the record player is, and on the record players, a left record that they left behind, and it was Black Sabbath, and that's why I bought my first myself, as you said, Never Say Die, because I was influenced by Black Sabbath. So that was just left there, ironically enough. You know, in curious mind as a little kid, you know, I turned it on.
Yeah. So, and what a cool cover too. I mean, it's like, you know,
what a cool cover. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it fits right in too with kind of music visually. It ties right into a lot of the music that you guys create and play and record, and so it's like, it's kind of interesting that it's had that kind of a lasting power as well.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, everybody's got their niche. Every era's got their grab on flavor, I guess, if you would. You know, it's like when we were growing up, let's just call it, you know, we like chocolate, you know what I mean? And then in the 90s, we jumped over to strawberries, you know, strawberry flavor. But rock and roll, if let be, will always be rock and roll if they let it be. If we turn it in, we'll lose some of its originality. That, you know, for instance, you'd ask me what were the records, right, early on. So I named Foghat, right? Did Foghat sound anything like Black Sabbath?
Yeah, no.
Did Black Sabbath sound anything like Styx?
No.
Although
they all three had like a blues something throughout.
All came from rock and roll. But so they let the rock and roll exist, is inside of their flavoring that they added.
Yeah,
to
good call. Good call.
Flavor, and then that way, it's their original shtick, what they do, who they are.
Yeah.
But it hasn't lost the root of what makes it rock and roll. And I think currently, and everybody says, "Oh, you're just getting old," so yeah, blah blah. But I don't believe that, because I think there's a lot of new music that lacks feeling. It's going through the motions and the sounds, and it's perfect, and the timing's perfect, and I mean, it's all perfect. But I think it lacks a little bit of, like for instance, when you listen to Number of the Beast, Iron Maiden, when you get into the second verse, man, you can hear it speed up. Well, you know what? That's because they were jamming.
Yes.
And I don't care what anybody says. That live element to rock and roll is what makes Metallica, and the people go, "Oh, Metallica suck." It's like, oh, okay, they suck. Sure. And then you got all the way over to, like I said, Elton John. Look how long Elton John's been around. All the different variations of that man that's existed.
Yes.
And musically as well too, right?
Yep.
So
anyway. Yeah, it was, and it's all of the great. I think looking at these Metallica albums and thinking about Elton John albums, you think about all the great artwork and the things that we grew up seeing larger than life. It was a little poster right there.
Kiss Alive too, right? When you flip that open and they stood up. Remember, it's like, wow.
Yes. And that's what I love about some of these albums that are coming out now. When they're re-released, they're a gatefold.
They're doing a whole lot.
Absolutely. Salvatore's here with us today, one of our regulars. Good to have you, buddy.
What's up, Salvatore?
So, the one thing I realized when I started really getting into the rest of the Conquest catalog is, first of all, one of the things many people have said this over the years about different things. There's not a clunker in the bunch, right?
Well, I appreciate that.
So you are welcome, and I appreciate it, because there, as I made my way through all the albums, I had questions. Of course, I have questions about between here and there, just because I'm finally deep diving and getting to know it all. That you start on Rage, and Rage started like this, but now it has had an updated cover for years. That's really freaking cool.
So what you were holding is the actual demo version of it. Okay. That was the demo version, and then the updated version of it, what you were referencing, was when it went to a European. Actually, it was a Dutch record company.
Okay.
And they put out with the other artwork and what have you.
Okay. They did a hell of a choice, because it's
really, they looked good. Yeah,
it's
they did a good job.
Cool cover.
Right.
It is.
They were snakes. They took us, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll.
You're like, damn it, it looks cool. And
it looked cool. Snake. No. Yeah.
Oh man. And then now, did you do EP work between there and the next record? Because this was 90. When
Rage came out in 98 on the big scene.
That's what I thought.
On the big world, it came out in 98.
Yeah.
And then there was a demo called Damnation that had some songs that we never really did much with. It was full length stuff, but it never really took off. We never did that with it. We used some of the songs later on, blah blah blah. But then we came out with a record called No Boundaries.
Yes, No Boundaries.
In 2003, and that was a fun make. Good times, good era for us.
Yeah, and the one thing I was noticing too, Derrick, is I love the maturation of your voice. How it's Rage is a great record. I love it. It sounds you sound great on it. And then
thank you.
As it goes further, there's little things that you just keep picking up technique, and it's like gets better every time.
Well, I appreciate that. I never really became, I wasn't like when I was a kid going, I'm going to be a lead singer. I was a
Yeah.
guitar player, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a person of, if you're going to do something, do it the best you can. So
Mm-hmm.
I keep working on it, and it keeps getting better. When I quit getting better, I guess then I'll worry about it. But right now, it seems like I'm still moving in the forward motion. So
Yeah.
yay, you
Yeah.
know,
Well,
thank
at
God.
our age, if you can hit a nice, awesome plateau like where you are right now with moving forward, that still moves you forward, and
Without
it's,
a doubt.
it's great. I
Oh,
dig
the
it.
new record, man. The new record comes out in April. I mean, that's the best vocals I've ever done in my life, and you get a little bit of everything. You got
Wow.
singing, you got strong, aggressive, you got everything.
Now, let's see here real quick.
Yeah,
The World Has Gone to Hell. That one came out 2019.
that was 2019. So before that would have been the one you were just playing a little while ago, "The War We Rage."
Yes.
Came after. Oh no, you had in 2009 you had "The End of Days,"
End of Days.
which was a really good record for us.
That is a great record, guys. Check that one out. Check them all out. But I mean, again, when when you don't have a clunker in the bunch, it's like when I'm in my car and I have a playlist called "I Love This Song," and then when I'm listening to it with my wife, I go, "I love this song." She goes, "That's why you put it in the playlist."
That's why it's in
You're
that
right.
playlist. Yeah,
Yeah, and that and then what I well, let's just keep going. You
sure.
had End of Days and then First Blood. Explain that to me.
So First Blood was basically we wrote a bunch of songs for the End of Days,
Okay.
and instead of just setting them or waiting them out, I went ahead and mixed them and put them out on an EP. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So that's
Yes.
what that was. It was some cool tunes on there. Evil Times 2. That was a great track, man. In its time, it was really received well.
Yeah. Okay. And Devil's Playground, Hate to Want You, and Rage.
Yep. And we put Through the Rage back on there. It was a different take on it. I took the distortion off the vocal.
Oh,
So again, a different time, different era.
good. Good. Thank you. Because this is exactly what I want everybody to know. Because as they're making their way through, I want them to not go, "Oh, well, that's Rage."
Right.
I've heard that. Well, yeah,
No, you have not. It's definitely a different take, better recording, all that wonderful stuff.
Oh, good. Good,
So,
good, good. That means I can't wait to get it. Um, and then after that, you have the single "Never Forget."
so Never
Was
Forget was on. That was on
The War We
The
Rage.
War We Rage. Yep. And
Yeah.
again, if you go back to the 2003 No Boundaries record, there was a song on there called No Mercy, and that was
Oh,
written about the 9/11 scenario.
gotcha.
Well, that song there is written about the 10-year anniversary of that.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
That's why it's
Good to
called
know.
Never
I love it.
Forget, right?
Yeah. And the other cool thing is on the end of No Boundaries, you've got 3 live bonus tracks that make
Yeah.
up the last 13 plus minutes of that album.
Yeah, for me as a kid, if somebody did that,
Mm-hmm.
that was the best part of the record to me, you know.
Mm,
So it don't have to. It's not the best quality. Wasn't the best, but nobody. If you care, then I guess you're in it for a different reason than I am. You know,
right. Right. This because this is a bonus thing, it's like
right. It's just about fun.
here yes. And a
About
lot of
fun.
times, there's a lot of like I've got a good friend of mine. I'm not really into Ghost. I
Not my
can
thing. Yeah.
I can respect it, I can dig it, but I'm not going to listen to it. It's just not my style.
Right.
But my friend got into them because of their live album. That's what really pushed him forward to loving them. Then we got into War We Rage, which is like you said, that's the 2013. Tell me about how you come out of the War We Rage into doing Under the Influence, which people, before Derrick says anything about it, check it out because there are some outstanding slamming covers on that album. That's what it is. So how did you get from that to doing that one?
Well, so if you go to the War We Rage record,
Mm-hmm.
insert Rob Boyer, bass player, known him for years, goes way back, and a very cool, field player, which means a lot. Again, like I spoke of earlier, field creates your own vibe, right? So
Yeah.
I love that Rob got in the band, and we did some cool stuff on that record. When we got to mature a little bit, well, as we were doing that, there was some issues here and there with what was going on with inside the band with a couple of scenarios. So instead of making a full-blown record, we played this thing live all the time called A Tribute to the Metal Gods. So we'd play our first hour Conquest, then we'd go out and play 30 minutes or so of covers, and we would pick select people that we consider to be metal gods.
Yeah.
And that's what we titled it that. So I was joking with the record company and Jeff and I one day, and we were like, it'd be fun to make a record that way. So we did. And
yes.
And he was going to do this movie. He had this movie thing going on, and he wanted me to do cover Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi, which was not my call.
There's always one, right?
Right. Not my call. But at the end of the day, when we got done doing it, when somebody throws me a curveball and wants me to do something that's not necessarily in my wheelhouse, I would say,
right.
I go, let's see what we can do with it. So we just made it heavy metal, and that's what we did.
You kicked its ass. I'm telling you, man. Let me just read these out loud. It opens with Metal Gods and The Ripper both by Priest. Then you have Wrathchild. That's my band. Those are my two bands.
Oh, without a doubt.
So when I got into Judas Priest, it was because my brother, remember these back in the day, the headphones with the pig cords on, the pigtail cords?
Of course.
And then the extended one.
Oh yeah.
So he had the cord going all the way to his bedroom into the bathroom, and he's listening to, I still can't believe it. I cannot believe my middle brother got me into Judas Priest. He's listening to Hellbent for Leather.
Oh, wow.
On 8-track.
So that would have been Killing Machine.
The original, yes. And I still kick myself because I could have gotten the Killing Machine on vinyl when it came out, and I didn't buy it. I'm like, damn it.
Hindsight.
Absolutely. So that's how I got into Judas Priest and bought a couple more 8-tracks. But then,
without a doubt,
Maiden came along, and then those two became Maiden went to the first, and Priest, they're just right. There might be days where they go against each other.
Right. Depends on what record
For Whom the Bell Tolls, Ace of Spades.
Yep.
Love it. Antisocial by Anthrax. Lights Out in London, one of my all-time favorites for a bass player.
Ditto. Love my favorite.
Great one. I just love going between the hammer-on and then the gallop.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep.
Wanted Dead or Alive, Red Hot. What a great cover of the Motley Crue song.
And again, wow, we didn't want to play it like. If you notice, all of our stuff, we're going to put our own flair on it. Otherwise, why are you doing it?
Yeah, you absolutely did. Cowboys from Hell.
Again, hard to do, man. But something we play live, and we have a lot of fun doing it. And the people really dug our version. So it was like, you know what? Record it. Yeah, you're going to have somebody hating on you. You're always going to have somebody hating on you. Yeah. So whatever, right?
Yeah. Those are the ones we look at and go, well, then get up here and do it yourself.
Yeah, I don't even care, especially anymore. It's like, oh, you don't like me? Okay, cool.
Yeah, great. That's wonderful. That means you're not disliking someone else.
Yeah.
It's usually the way I look at it.
That's right.
And the whole album ends with, of course, Black Sabbath, Children of the Grave.
Which was a fun song to do. Yeah. And again, we did our own little twist here and there. And
you did. Yeah. You did. I was listening to that the other day, unaware that going into it, that it was a cover album, and just was completely pleased from the beginning to the end. It just was, your Metal Gods kicked ass. I love that song.
Again, something that, a lot of people go, why are you doing that pre-song? I'm like, well, because the obvious, but at the same time, listen to it before you go judge it,
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you think of it. Then if you don't like it no more, okay.
Yeah, okay. It's all right. We'll be putting out something else later. So
That's right.
And we put out plenty before this. What a brilliant record, though. Thank you so much for going through that with me a little bit. And and for doing that in the first place, and such a great job. Again, I think people hearing you say, I never thought about being a lead singer in a band. And then when you start listening to this, guys, anybody who's not familiar yet with Conquest, I'm very excited for you. Derek, I've changed my mind these days,
Yeah.
There used to be a time where if somebody goes, have you heard of Conquest? Or let's just talk about some of our other bands. Let's say Black Sabbath or Molly Hatchet or something.
Yeah.
You're like, so have you ever listened to Molly Hatchet? You ever listen to Black Sabbath? They're like, no. You're like, there was a day where I'd go, what? But now I just look at them and go, I am so excited that you still get to listen to this.
You get to have that feeling. That's right.
I'm like, I used to get kind of perturbed. I'm like, how do you not know this? But now I'm just excited for you. I'm like movies. Have you seen this movie? What? You haven't seen them? Now I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to see that movie.
Yeah, it'll be great for. Well, see, that's because you've taken on a new perspective on how to perceive your day.
Yes.
And when you do that, I'm sorry, I have to cut you off. When you do that, you allow for the breath to breathe, and then you're not mad at everything else that everybody else is doing. And when you get to that part, then you've pretty much got in my mindset, at least, you got the basics figured out.
Absolutely. Great call. I like it. See, that's Derek and I had a chance to, he and I sat side by side when we were on Cat Muse's show not long ago.
That wasn't that long ago.
That was a lot of fun. I told Derek, it was like, I couldn't believe you guys were talking about this stuff. And I'm like listening going, I want to talk to you guys about this stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad we got the opportunity to do it.
Absolutely. We have certain things in common, and it's so great to have seen you guys over the years and been familiar with some of this beforehand. Oh, so I can't wait for Stu to see Rise of Skywalker. This is a running joke with me, Derek, because
I gotcha.
I won't see it. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. See?
No.
But are you a Star Wars fan?
No, it's not my thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I am not like I've got a gazillion things, but I have the music. I like the movies,
Oh,
but
so many friends do.
Yeah.
It was just, I was too busy with girls and rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, that's got a better ending than Rise of Skywalker. So,
That's funny.
For life, forever.
Right.
It's like when people say that's better than sex. And I'm like, what? There's nothing. I don't think that's what you meant.
Or maybe the sex that you have. Yeah.
I had a boss. She loved lemon pie. We bought her one for her birthday, and she took a bite. She goes, "This is better than sex." I go, "You haven't been getting much lately, have you?"
Yeah, right. And we're not talking about pie.
And then I realized I said that to my boss. So I'm so excited for when you do. I am not excited for that. Drew, hello. And hello. Thank you very much. I got to make sure that we watch our time here. We're almost out.
That's all right.
How are you doing? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
So The World Has Gone to Hell was the latest release, and that was 2019. And so how did you come out of Under the Influence? And then did you already have anything written when you recorded Under the Influence that went on that album, or was it all new after you did the cover album?
It was so after we just started writing and we wrote and pretty much again we took our time with it and there were some changes in ideas and all that, and so we evolved a little bit. How about that? And and then so we put it together and we had a great start with it. Played the West Coast, played some fun gigs, had a bunch of stuff booked. Came back from the West Coast January 2020, and boom, COVID hit and destroyed everything.
Yeah. So in what way was that? Hey, Daphne, come here. There's my pup.
There you go.
Come here. Let's say hi. Come here. Come here. There she is.
Oh, there you are.
Say hi. They're right up here. Oh, you can give me a smooch. Thank you. So now what was I going to say? Um, see, I don't know. I was going to ask you, what were some of, oh yeah, the COVID thing. And then
Yeah.
what were some of your concerns prior, not concerns, but what were you guys thinking about when you were writing these songs for that past record? Because I want to ask you that about the new thing too.
Well, The World's Gone to Hell was pretty much all the chaos that was going on in the political realm. And then when you could see what was going to happen and how it was unfolding, that gave birth to the song The World's Gone to Hell.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a couple songs on there that took more liking to that, but also some songs like Red, which was more about a song about life, which was really big for us. Played a lot. People dug it. And then a couple more tunes on there are really aggressive. If you get into Black Skies, again, we played that live. That was a great track.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the tracks right now here. World Has Gone to Hell, Black Skies, Snowman.
Yeah, actually that song was written back in the early mid '90s, and it was revamped and reworked for this record. Wow. So
you got American Blood.
Yeah. Again, that's about the fruitless wars. You know what? I am a supporter of the military through and through. Wow. I mean, I can't emphasize that enough, man. But I've really gotten to believe that a lot of people have lost limbs and died for very fruitless reasons. That turns out to be when you start scratching your head, So not to get too deep and all that. So that's where that all goes. And American Blood. You know why I say not to get too deep in it is because if you say this, then these people hate you. If you say this, then these people hate you.
I know.
It's a no-win. And common sense is kind of like left the building, So except here, it's kind of crazy. Of late, I've done a couple podcasts like this, man.
Yeah.
And most of the guys, such as yourself, there's a noodle there, and it makes and I've started to realize that, like most things, the generalization of people should not be done because everybody assumes that people in hard rock heavy metal are only one way of thinking, and that's not true. It's not true at all.
Not at all.
And it's the God thing, the devil thing. It's like, look, man, you can't have one without the other. So don't get mad at me if I write about God, and don't get mad at me if I write about the devil, because it's theology. At the end of the day, it's theology until the Lord, and I believe in the Lord. Jesus Christ is my Savior, no doubt about it. But I haven't seen the sky open up and I haven't seen the pits of hell rise. So I feel like that everybody should go. These are words that were written down, and these are opinions and thoughts over the last 3,000 years. And this is what we've come to realize, that you have apples and you have oranges. Which one do you want to take? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And don't blame me if I don't like yours.
Well, and let's face it, people sometimes will have an issue with it. And again, we don't want to get too deep into this. We are compassionate people. We are metalheads, but we are compassionate people. And I get it. However, we have to remember that through history, we have times where, if everybody's looking at those words, let's just say it that way. If they're looking at those words and going, well, that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, wait a minute. How many parents over the decades, centuries, have told their children freaking straight up lies to keep them in the bed? No, there's snakes under the bed. Do not get up.
That's right.
The snakes will get you.
That's
you're like, what the hell is that? And you're having an issue with this? That's my question.
Well, the biggest fear, the biggest thing I think America has lost is its footing on the American concept. It used to be, man, your neighbor could be a Democrat and you could be a Republican. And the guy down next to that could be a complete freak.
Right.
And you could go out back and barbecue together.
That's right.
And nobody cared.
No.
and nobody cared. All you said was, yeah, is Nancy coming up? You know, referencing the freak. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody had a pet name. They called you the goofball, the weirdo. You know what I mean? Nobody cared.
Right.
We all got along because we lived next to each other, right?
And we had common sense to watch out when somebody threw a jart.
That's right. When somebody threw a jart too high and it's coming down, incoming, right? I mean, it's amazing that, you know, we all survived. And then nowadays you got to have safe spaces for people with cell phones and 400 pills they take before they're 20 years of age. They got all these meds. It's like, wow, man, I would have been a candidate through and through for all those pills. I was OCD. I was ACD. I was Black Sat. I was right. I was up and around in the room. I was the kid that got sent down to the principal over and over again.
Yeah.
Holy cow! It's amazing how I became an entrepreneur and have a successful business. I have a great band, a lot of fun. It blows my mind how that turns out when you don't get all doped up on sedation pills. You won't walk around like a zombie.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. It's all that out of the box thinking you were doing.
Yeah. And when you know, in my 30s, everybody goes, "Oh man, you're fucking crazy. You're still doing it, right?" And so it's 11:15. You're still at the studio. Yep. I'll be there by midnight. Well, guess what? All that taught me and paid off, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun doing it, and it didn't always work out, but I did it my way, my own way. You know what I mean? So accepting reality is for me, which takes you back to the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got the world's gone to hell, the lyrics and all that. If you get deep in all that, you know, the creator at the last song on the record, it's pretty clear where that's all going. But then again, like I said, there's fun stuff on there too. How about Mississippi Queen? You know, that's on there. We always put a cover on stuff for fun. You know what I mean? And so we always pick something that we grew up on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, and I love doing that song, man. We play that in Edge of Blue, and man, I really love doing that one. Love doing that. Jart safety is universal. That is absolutely right, Drew. Thanks for mentioning it.
That's funny.
You know, my brother-in-law ended up kind of reconditioning the jarts that we
so you say you filed the tips on them
from the in-laws. Yeah. So,
yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah. You'd probably go to jail for those today.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Make them. You're like, seriously, we can play adult games, can't we? Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. You can rob a QT and take up to $1,000 worth of that. That's okay, but don't you dare play jarts in your backyard while you're barbecuing.
Yep. Yeah. You can fill a cart and walk out of home, whatever, you know, and they can't stop you, but don't you play jarts.
Don't you play jarts. That's right.
Play jarts. That stealing thing, overrated. Just do it. But this accidental hurting with a pointy object for recreation in your backyard, that's gotta quit.
That's right. That's too much. Having way too much fun. Stop that. Stop that.
So before I let you go, we have to make this big punch on Paradox. Now it's volume 1 and 2, right?
Right. So I'll explain it. So
please.
So we're making that. We're working on songs for that record.
Okay.
And anybody knows Tim Fleetwood was with Conquest for years. I mean, long time, 25, 30 years. And he had some wrist issues, medical issues that progressively were getting worse. Okay. So Tim had to bow out, unfortunately, you know, and go his own way. So we had all these songs written and some of the stuff was tracked and what have you. Well, I didn't go looking around, man. You know, I just dialed the phone. I had a buddy, Lee Skiles, and I was like, I just felt like he was the guy to do what we were looking for.
Yeah.
So I called him immediately, and he was like, "Yeah, man, don't get anybody else over there. Let's do it." So he came over. We listened to the tunes that was already done.
Yeah.
And he was totally in on it and totally digging what was happening. And I was like, "Well, that's fine, and that's all done." So, but we're going to scrap it. We're going to do it all again with you. So we started over completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which got pretty massive and elaborate. But in the long run, we ended up with 16 songs.
Wow.
So hence the double vinyl.
Yeah.
Paradox. It's only a double vinyl, 2 different records, because as we noticed earlier, there's only so much money that goes around on small labels. So we're lucky we got 2 vinyls, and the CD carries all of the tracks. It's pretty elaborate on the CD. Nice fold out in the middle. Great photos. Bunch of information. There's we direct everybody to the website for lyrics. It's easier that way. You can actually read them instead of printing them.
That's very cool.
Instead of printing them on little bitty words that you can't read, that you need glasses to watch. So that was our idea there, and Lee's been a godsend in the drumming aspect of it. It's really brought forward motion for us. And Crook is killing it on the guitar, and like I said, Rob coming in with his flavor on the bass. We've really solidified what this record was going to sound like.
Wow.
And man, we're very proud of it. If you can't tell, means a lot to us. Everybody worked their ass off on it, and again, I can't say enough about the performance level of all the band members. Everybody was focused and worked hard at it. So.
Man. Well, once you guys start, for those who haven't heard a lot of Conquest stuff or any, once you start a deep dive into it, you're going to dig it all. And then I put in,
thank you.
Your link is the link to the conquestmetal.com page is there in the chat. Make sure you get that. And then also I think I have some more information down below. But here I got pulled up the website. And then, so you can see there, you got, there it is, Conquest, Paradox. Yep. And then I'm going to pop this on because this is what I'm getting ready to do, folks. We have the couple of different Paradox options. Yes.
Well, I'm looking
Tell us about the first pack.
I'm looking at some of this for the first time. Okay.
Yeah, we've got the $50 one.
Okay. So what that is, that'll be a badass full color shirt. That looks like the vinyl record. Because
autographed CD. Yeah,
that's the CD. You're going to get stickers. I know you're going to get several different stickers. I remember approving all this stuff. You're going to get pics with Mike's name on it, my name on them. You're going to get an autographed poster that's way bigger than what that looks like right there in that thing. Okay. I believe it's an 18 by 24. You know what I mean?
Shoot.
So it's not a little bitty fold out like that.
Wow.
You get.
So let's go back, and then we'll get to the other one. That's only $50 for all of that, and then you have the other pack with the one I'm going to get, which is
2 vinyl records, right?
Yes,
2 different records all together. They're not in one fold. It was how much money we got. Do you want to do this, or do you want to cut some songs? And I was like, well, no, I don't want to cut no songs. So we ended up with 2 vinyls with 2 different arts. And what it is the secondary is called Paradox Babylon America.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. And when you get into them songs, man, it's a story in its own. It's almost, I say this cautiously, a conceptual album on that record. But I did throw some of the other songs. There was space left over, on that vinyl, so I threw some of the other songs back over there just because, right? So why not? So It's very cool arrangement. There's some variances that way. You still get the shirt, you get the 2 vinyls, all the posters, all the pics, all the stickers. Everything comes with that as well.
Wow. Yeah, I'm digging the shirt. The shirt looks really cool.
It does. Well, they did Dark Star handled this well, and they done a good job. I'm going to give a shout out to Lloyd and Jeff.
Absolutely.
At Dark Star. Those guys have always treated us well. And so here we go, man. Spread the word, everybody, please.
Yes.
But,
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I say, I just can't wait. And then in the meantime, I still got to get more of the catalog still.
Well, it's out there. I know it's all for download. You can download any of it. But then hard copies I know is available on some of it. I'm sure. I don't know about all of it. And vinyl, I
Yeah.
think I know The World's Gone to Hell is available on vinyl,
Cool.
but that's nothing before that. So
Yeah. Then yeah, and then are those what's available of those things if they go to a show? If they're here, if somebody's visiting St. Louis, you got a show going, or for all of us St. Louisans?
so yeah, so if we're playing a show somewhere, you can buy The World's Gone to Hell on
Okay.
CD or vinyl. You can buy. I do believe there's some copies of No Boundaries. There might be one or two copies of The War We Rage.
Okay.
Everything before that, there's not. There's no Rage records unless you find it online.
Yeah. Okay.
Download, yes, but
Okay.
not hard copy.
Okay, good. Yeah, what's a usual price for that stuff when you go to a show?
Man, when at my shows, I view it like this.
Okay.
I can't say it out loud because the record company will get mad at me.
Oh, I gotcha.
Type thing. So just know that. So
Sure.
know that it's on a discounted level.
Okay, good.
At the show.
Good.
You pay money to come in that door to see me play, or just drive over to somewhere to see us play.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to purchase Conquest music, you deserve a break. So
cool. Yeah, because I'm like that would be the way I'd love to do it. And
yeah. Well, April 6th, we're at Pops.
Okay, so you're at Pops on April 6th?
We are with the Judas Priest tribute band.
Oh, get out of here!
So you'll like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's the name of that one?
Judas Rising. They're from Chicago.
Oh, from Chicago.
Yeah,
okay.
They're good friends of mine actually.
Oh, very cool. Very good.
We bounce up there. We'll be up there in a few months or so, and then that's what we. There's always a certain circle we tackle these days because of cost. There's too much money involved.
Yeah.
So you can't go far. So.
You guys ever played Gators up there in that area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure have.
Yeah, that's a cool.
But have.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. What's the best place? I guess you have your shows on the website, right?
Yeah. If you go to I'm sure it's up there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I just I got off of the website because I was looking at the packages, and yeah, it's got shows are listed. So be sure and check out the shows there and see what's coming up for these guys. And Derrick, I really appreciate you being with us.
It was a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you so much. And then I'm looking forward to getting together. Maybe we can chat just a little bit, and then I'll see you at whatever show I can catch. Here soon, because I really want to see you guys again, and especially now that I've done this deep dive and now I'm familiar with the catalog. And
I think you'll really when you get a hold of this. Have you heard the two new tracks? Right?
No, not yet. I was like holding off. I should have, yes.
Well, there's Writing on the Wall and Walking Dead. So the Writing on the Wall is very self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And the Walking Dead, Look at a Street Corner Near You. And that's what tell you what that song's about.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. That's the way it was when we went out to San Francisco, man. They talk about zombies, literally.
Right.
So
I wrote about them.
That's cool. I get it. I mean,
there's videos for both
more awareness.
There's videos for both of those songs up. And I think in a week or so, they're going to drop a lyric video for a song called Celtic Mist off the record. I think there'll be 2 more singles that'll come out because there's 16 songs on the record. God. So the more enticement we do, again, we're peons. We're peons in the big picture, right? So the more enticement we do, the more people will know about it.
Yes, the dead are coming back to life, says Drew. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. They
on a street corner near you.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Well, we're all looking forward to this. Then, if you haven't checked out Conquest, do yourself a favor. I'm not, I'm this guy. I kind of look at. I don't even know where I wanted to go with that. I had an idea, but I'm not going to say it. It's just kick ass.
Thank you.
It's if you just dig metal straight across the board, that's what you need. If you want something new instead of listening to everything you've heard for years.
True.
Dive into this because you won't be disappointed in any of the albums. And I'm looking forward to getting some of these, especially Rage, the new version.
Newer by far from that time frame, right? But yeah,
right. So, so that's great. Well, I'll let you go. I'm gonna stick on here, guys. I'll hang tight. we'll let Derrick go. I've got a couple of other things to talk about, and
Yep.
but I want to respect Derrick's time, and also look forward to talking to you soon. Because if you don't mind, now this album drops when?
April 19th.
Well, I'm sorry.
April 19th.
April 19th. Okay.
Yep.
So if I go in and order that tonight, then
you'll get it before then.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I believe everybody's stuff's going to ship April, whatever that first Monday is in April. I believe everybody's stuff's going to ship. Who's bought the pre-order?
Okay, great.
So
that's great to know. That's perfect.
I mean, like I said, like, you know, what good is it to do a pre-order if they're not going to get it before everybody else? I mean,
thank you. That's a great call. Absolutely.
I mean, I'd be like, well, why should I give you money up front when I can just wait? Maybe I don't want the poster. You know what I mean? I mean, no. You got to be practical on all fronts.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So.
I do want the poster. I am that guy. I'm like, there's still a good portion of fanboy in me, and I think there is in all of us. So,
man, you know, and we kind of, when we do this stuff, we think about it from that perspective, and we don't. It's not because we're rock stars, or I just know that if I buy something and I see the band go the whole mile and give them the best that they can, I give them a shot. Whether, you know, I give them a shot. You know, and then a lot of times that's how I found Primal Fear way back in the day. The band Primal Fear. I saw a poster and I went, they got to be good. Look at them. And then I went and checked it out, and there you go. So, you know,
killer band, Primal Fear. What a
great band.
Wow.
One of my favorites.
I don't know if you're into Symphony. Are you into Symphony X?
It's okay. Too busy for me.
Is it?
Hey, I can listen to 2-3 songs.
Yeah.
And I want to hear something else.
Yep. No, I get it.
It's like people say to me about bands. It's like, some of my favorite stuff was so raw, but I'm not over in the punk world, but like old Sabotage, so raw. You know what I mean? So just, but I loved it. You know, that's my feel.
If you don't mind, Derrick, let's. I'll keep in touch with you, and
yeah, for sure.
Let's. If you don't mind, I would love to have you back on to do some of those discussion shows where we talk about some of the metal and some of the things that we've been into, where we found it, how we got into it, what some of our favorites are, that kind of thing. That would be freaking brilliant.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Drew says he likes Brand X. That's a great band from back in the day.
That's a different band, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, you never know. You might introduce something to somebody by talking about it.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Well, I look forward to it.
Have a great evening, my friend. I'll keep rolling here. I'll let you get going. And then I am looking forward to getting this ordered tonight. I'm looking forward to getting it early. And I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon.
Sounds like it. Let's make it happen.
You got it, brother. Have a great one. And tell your lady, thank you very much for getting us all set up.
Oh, yeah. I'll thank her. Trust me.
That's wonderful.
Thanks, buddy.
Take it easy, brother.
See you, buddy.
Bye. All right, folks, let's take a look. I have a couple of things. If you have any other questions, let me know, guys. Just throw me some questions. Fans make the world go rock. That is fantastic, Drew. And it's true. I was just talking to some folks about it today. At school, I'm going to give a shout out to our music teacher, Stephanie. She did a fantastic job today. She always does. I love working with her. Her first year there, she really made an impact on me as just watching her as a teacher and how she communicated with the students. And she just did a fantastic job. But today she brought in a band from the Air Force from over in Illinois, brought them into the school, and they played. Now they had a picture in the email talking to us about how to, the schedule for everything. And she put this very, the tidy Air Force in the white hat with the uniform and everything. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be an Air Force band, but so I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. Oh no, totally blew me away. They all showed up in their camo and we're on stage playing drums, bass, guitar, and keyboards, and 2 lead singers, male and female lead singers, and they were fantastic. I didn't even get to see the whole thing because part of my lunch period ran over, but what I saw was fantastic. they did a lot of pop tunes and popular tunes that the students would know. And it was great. It was a fantastic job. So big shout out to Stephanie for doing that. And it's something, it's kind of like something that we've needed for a long while. It's not, I've never seen anything like that happen. And we have musicians in house, but just never has been a stage for that. And I get it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not complaining about that. But you know, it was great. They killed it. Guitar player was great. Bass player is playing a Music Man bass. I just, oh man, I just love that. Air Force bands are probably very disciplined. You know, I said that, Drew. I said to my coworker afterwards, I said, hey, I said, man, they were tight. And I'm like, well, I suppose it's the military. They're going to be boop, 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 you know, very, very tight about all that stuff. So that was really cool. Hey, and also, Drew, thanks for mentioning Brand X. Good choice. That's not a band that you hear about all the time. Because there was some, you know, that's one of those bands where you're like, you know, there's some people in that band. And, you know, actually, something that I passed on to somebody, to one of the members of the band today, was about 3 with Robert Barry. He said, oh man, you know, I love the prog rock, you know, with ELP and stuff. I go, well, if you've never heard of 3, you got to do it. So yeah, Phil Collins of Genesis was, of course, in Brand X. And I'll just tell you a little bit about them. Brand X were a British jazz fusion band formed in London. This is from Wikipedia. In London in 1974, they were active until 1980, followed by a reformation between 92 and 99, and were active following a 2016 reunion until 2021. Members have included John Goodsall on guitar, Percy Jones on bass, Robin Lumley on keyboards, and Phil Collins on drums. Jones was the sole constant member throughout the band's existence until October 2020 when he left the band. Founding member Goodsall died on November 10th, 2021. And Lumley passed on March 9th of last year. So just over a year ago. So read up on them and give them a listen because, yeah, it's some amazing stuff. Between 1976 and 1997, they released 8 records. Unorthodox Behavior in 76, Moroccan Roll in 77, Masks in 78, which is interesting because just before that, Kansas had put out Mask, and they're spelled Masque, and theirs is with an S at the end. So that's kind of interesting. Check out Mask by Kansas if you've never checked it out. Brilliant record. It's got some great songs. Product was in 1979. Do They Hurt? 1980. Is there anything about? 1982, and Excommunication 92, and then finally Manifest Destiny in 97. So yeah, learn about these new bands. That's kind of why I'm here. That's why I thank you for mentioning that. I would not have mentioned Brand X today. It wouldn't have come to mind. But a brilliant band and something that, especially for those who are Phil Collins fans, then it's good to know just something else. You know, sometimes you meet those super fans, what I call a super fan. And one of these days I'll put the video up. I could probably sit here with you for a short bit and find the video. I don't know. Okay. Shall I find it? Let me see if I can find this. I'll do you that favor. I will do that. Let's, if I can, I don't know if I can find it. I got to go to the music vault. I'm going to see if I can find it. That's the first time I ever heard the term super fan was my buddy from Wayward Sons. And why can't I find Wayward Sons on here? That's so weird. I'm not finding them. Oh, there it is. Wow. How could I not find it? Okay. So let me see if I can get this pulled up here. And then sometime soon, speaking of Judas Priest, we were talking about Judas Priest earlier. I'll see if I can get that pulled up sometime. Come on. Here we go. I also have I've got some unboxings. I was going to do a news flash, a lightning news flash a few days ago, but I never got to it. So I should just do these unboxings today because that's what we do. Because Lance loves it when I do these unboxings. He's always telling me that they're epic. Which I know part of the reason he says that is because my buddy Jeff, his wife, always gives me crap about it. All right, so there's Wasted and there's Wayward Sons. Here is, there's the movie, but it's not an MP4. All right, I'm gonna have to convert it. I don't know if I can do that quickly or not. Quick actions, convert, customize, rotate, trim. No. I'm going to see what encode video files does. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out though. I'll get you this. But anyway, super fans. The first time I ever heard that was my friend Toby in this video chat that he was doing with his buddy Dave, and he mentioned me and he mentioned a super fan. I was like, oh, what's a super fan? But I've run into some of those. Like I think I've mentioned it before with like Styx fans backstage, and they're like, if you check this out, I'm like, I'm a big fan of those guys, and I'm a music head. I'm like, when it comes down to somebody telling me about something about my favorite band, I'm like, holy shit, no, I didn't know that existed. I didn't even know they were doing that. So it was pretty wild. I loved learning about bands' history. I've got so many in my head. Amen to that, Drew. Do we call that? Do you call it? What do you call it? Do you call it useless information? I've used that term before. I don't love it for myself. I don't think it's useless. I think there's been so many times that I've had great conversations with people who, do I dare say this? I don't know, maybe status-wise, job-wise, socially seem a little, but they're not. And a lot of times you only think that because of their position, and they're not. They're totally cool. But you're just thinking, oh, do you know who you were just talking to? And I'm like, I don't know. They had 2 legs, 2 arms, and breathe and talk just like I do. So no. But music, we talk music, and it just seems to make it. Music to listen to as loud as possible. Amen to that. Amen. It's useful to have conversations with. Add a soundtrack. Yeah. I love when people perk up. There's 2 things that I love. I love it when, all right, maybe 3, but it all deals with music. When somebody perks up because you're talking about something that they really like. When somebody goes, like today, when he said, oh, progressive rock, I'm like, dude, okay. I wonder if you know about these guys. So I turned him on to that. And then when people, perk up because you're playing them something, and they're like, wow, damn, that is great. Oh, good. I thought you might like it. And then the third, there is nothing like it when in my band, when I've picked a song that which I'm not familiar, and then you play it live and people react, it either when they react when you're playing, which is the best. That's the best. And then there's that part where it's after the fact. You've played it, you're taking a break, or you're done. Like we played Comic-Con. Our first gig ever was downtown at Comic-Con. And when we were done, we went our separate ways. And then I made my way with some friends who had come to see the show. We made our way to a comic book booth, and the husband and wife were working together, and he ran the store, but she was there working with him in the booth. And she said, I've not heard like that one song. I've never heard that song. And I'm like, she goes, I really wonder why I haven't heard that song. I'm like, right. That's why I choose it, because it's something you deserve to hear. Conversations about concerts. how the band just owned the stage. Yes. You know, somebody that I just mentioned them with Derrick, and I get what he's saying. It's not that way for me with Symphony X, but I get it. And that's the reason that sometimes Dream Theater, that's the way I feel about Dream Theater sometimes. I've talked about it here before, where they just kind of walk on without me. And I still enjoy it, and I'm still listening, but it just seems like, whoop, you left me for a second, and I'll be right here whenever you get back. And then they get into the main thing again. Symphony X doesn't do that so much. They do have a little bit of they have other things, movements that they go through, but it's not as long as like Dream Theater is sometimes, which again, not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it's different. Not everybody can dig on that, but yeah. So here's something else too. I went, and again, we talk about all kinds of music on this show and all kinds of entertainment on this show. And so I have failed to show you these. I love going to the library. Also remember this, the Scott Mishu band. All right. Phoenix Rising is the name of the album. It's brilliant. It's really, really, really good. So check it out. Conquest and the Scott Mishu band. It's you're just gonna love life. If you dig metal and then you dig that instrumental stuff, like, again, I always say, like, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Tony McAlpine, these kind of people. Check out that record. It is so good. Yeah. So anyway, the local library will have things on sale. The one that I go to the most has a cart, and just a roller cart that they use to take things to the shelves. And they've got them full of books they're getting rid of that have been weeded out. A lot of times they have CDs on there and DVDs. The DVDs aren't always something great. In fact, sometimes it includes some shit, and then like Marvel shit. And I've bought some of that shit because it's only 50 cents. So I'm like, all right, if I want to have a copy, that's where I would truly look for getting Rise of Skywalker, so that my wife could watch it, not me. So anyway, they have this cart, and I love going in there, and they had some CDs on there, and I found some gems that I was really not expecting to find. First of all, we're big fans. My wife especially is a big fan of period pieces. So she loves these shows that take place in past times, and they have all the wardrobe, and it's really cool. So I ended up watching this whole thing. I'm the one that bought it. I'm the one that collected the whole thing on Blu-ray. And now I'm still trying to make sure I have all the movies. But Downton Abbey, I found this soundtrack. So I was like, yeah, heck yeah, man. I love this. I love music, And the other thing that I got, I'll save this other one for the last. But for those of you who are into talk radio or audio podcasting, Garrison Keillor. Look at this. Garrison Keillor, a Prairie Home Companion 25th Anniversary Collection. It includes 7 new, what does that say? 7 new monologues and a bonus music CD. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's one of these, big deals. It comes with a booklet and then all of the CDs. It's really a nice set. I kind of flipped out because I'm a radio fan for the most part. When I was like, one of my favorite things from when I lived at home years ago was if I remember right, it was my middle school years. Maybe I'll look it up, or my high school years. I used to listen to a radio program. It was a Fantastic Four radio show. You know what? let's go in here and find out if it's in here. I would be very eager to know. Fantastic Four radio program. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it was the 80s, but we'll see what we got. Fantastic Four radio show. Look at this. It's got a whole playlist of everything. Shut your mouth. There's a few different listings for it. So, oh my God. Wow. Okay, so all right, so hold on. Let's see.
Attention, all true believers.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this right. Let's do my reaction video right. Okay, so hold on. This gets better. Hold on. Fantastic Four. Oh, geez. This is what I used to do. I used to listen to this. Oh my God, this is great. That was great. I feel like a kid again. Radio show. Oh, this is fun. Fantastic. There it is. Okay, fantastic. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Don't stop talking yet. I know I've changed nationalities. I didn't change. I've just, I'm just doing this. So hang on. Here we go. Hang on. Come on. Is it going to come up? It's not going to come up when I do that. It's very strange how it won't do it in full screen. So let's close this. I'm going to close that, and I'm going to close this, and then we're going to bring it up. Okay. Hold on. Here it comes. I think it is. All right. Yeah, don't do that. Why is it not doing it now? That's so weird. Okay, I don't know. Let me get rid of it. Let me see if I can. Okay, stop screen. Okay, so now I'm going to present again. Share screen. Pick a window. La 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 la. La la. Where is it? Oh, I see. Okay, so pick a screen. Okay, so where is it? This? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so allow. Okay, here we go. All right. Is it going to go?
All true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
So you can see it.
The pages of the world's greatest comic magazine come the adventures of the Fantastic Four.
I mean, I'm assuming this is it.
The first tale in this new radio series
Yeah.
from the original book of Marvel called
Oh,
Fantastic
are you kidding me? This? Oh, wow. No, I was a kid. It's 1975. And that's Stan Lee. Get out of here. I'm checking this out on Overlord Radio is what this is from. So check that out. Wow. Man, I grew up Stan Lee's voice, just something, just amazing. So recently I actually did some voiceover work with a friend of mine, and I need to have him on and see what was going on. Fantastic Four was so good. Yes. And yes, she did like the Tudors. As a matter of fact, I didn't watch it, but 50-cent coaster. Let's see. Wait, I got to get back up here. What are you talking about? Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's different preference. Yes. Man. Yeah. So I listened to this. I remember it coming out. This has how many? It's 13 episodes. So there is, oh my God, that would be funny if that was the same one, but it's not. So they have Meet the Mole Man, The Menace of the Miracle Man, The Coming of the Submariner, Meet Dr. Doom, Prisoners of the Puppet Master, Face the Hulk, The Hate Monger, The Return of Dr. Doom, The Clutches of Dr. Doom. Boy, they're all about Dr. Doom. On the Super Scroll and Ramatut, and the Red Ghost, and finally the Submariner Strikes. It just keeps saying that over and over again. That's great. That is fantastic. Also, do yourself a favor. Speaking of Black Sabbath, make sure you go out there and put in Black Sabbath Ray Gillen. And anybody who's really familiar with Black Sabbath music is going to know some of the albums that had Tony Martin on them. Well, the very first one with Tony Martin on it was music that Ray Gillen, who was in Badlands with Jakey Lee, then when you listen, go in and you can put in Black Sabbath Ray Gillen. I'm going to put this link in here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to drop this in. So if you want to hear what Ray Gillen sounded like with Black Sabbath, you can check this out. There's also there's a live full show. Hokey smokes. This thing it doesn't sound great, but it's a complete live show with Ray Gillen in Chicago in 1991. I'm going to put that in here. A boop. All right. So you can check out Ray Gillen. Oh, and they have his last gig audio-wise. Or do they have any footage? Nope, it's just audio. The last gig with Ray Gillen, with Jeff Nichols, Dave Spitz, Eric Singer, and Ray Gillen with Tony Iommi. And this was in Nottingham. And the last gig with Ray, well, how do they have the last gig with Ray when they have a Chicago show from 91? This says 86. Anyway, a Nottingham show in 86. It's when I was working. I just started working on the radio at that point. So yeah, this playlist has some cool stuff. It's got Thin Lizzy, Thunder and Lightning tour, which was the last tour for Phil. It's also got Badlands live in Toronto in 89. Badlands Rumblin' Train from the Toronto show. Ozzy Osbourne live in Japan in 89. White Lion at L'Amour in Brooklyn in 91. Kingdom Come live in Basel in 93. And then they have the Red Dragon Cartel with Jakey Lee, a whole show of that. Cool. Boston full concert from 79, which was the Don't Look Back era at Giant Stadium. Vinnie Vincent Invasion live at the Rock and Roll Heaven in Toronto. Black Sabbath live in Montreal in 86. See, there you go. Another show with Gillen. Rainbow live Between the Eyes in San Antonio in 82. And then Devil Stomp and Whiskey Dust by Badlands, a live performance. Queensryche, Operation Live Crime, full concert. That was cool. I love that. Cinderella in concert, full concert. I think that's the video that I have. Yeah, that's the video. Whitesnake live in Cebu, Tokyo, August 11th and 12th of what year? Let's just go to it real quick here and find out. 1984. Van Halen, 1984 full concert in Montreal. Blue Murder. If you've not heard Blue Murder, check them out. The first album and the second album were quite different. Both are John Sykes, and when you hear John Sykes sing and play in that band, you're going to be like, why wasn't he singing before this? Why was he just playing guitar in Whitesnake? Because he sounds a lot like David Coverdale. So check out that Blue Murder show live in Minneapolis, the home of Prince, 1994. Roth, Sheehan, Vi, and Bissonette live in 86 off their first record. That's when I was playing it on the radio. Rat live at the Rock Palace in 84. 84, that might have been the footage. That might have been the footage that they had, that they showed on MTV. Savatage at Anaheim Devastation, 1990. Lynch Mob, Fort Lauderdale in 91. Dio Super Rock Festival. I'm just going to make sure that I do this. I'm going to put this link in, and I'll drop this one in too, so you can check it out. A boop. All right. Bullet Boys. There you go. Oh, well, Dio. They have Dio in here. Dio Super Rock Festival Japan, Tokyo, August 10th from 85. Yngwie Malmsteen had that video that came out with Jeff Scott Soto back in 85 too. Bullet Boys, Tower Theater, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, June 4th, 1980. What? 1989. Ozzy Osbourne at the US Festival. Let's see, Best of Jakey Lee and Ozzy Osbourne in Badlands. That's a 21-minute video. Huh. Wow. That's pretty cool. Kiss Animalized Live Uncensored. I have that on DVD. John Sykes, Blue Murder live in LA in 95. Right Here, Right Now concert by Van Halen. Ozzy performs Mr. Crowley and Crazy Train. Richie Kotzen live in 2015. A whole show. Jakey Lee, The Ultimate Sin. That's a 4.5 minute video. He must be talking about the song. And then they have the whole album of Jakey Lee Retraced, Badlands Voodoo Highway album, Badlands Dusk album, if you've never heard that one, 98. If you've never heard Badlands, do yourself the favor. Randy Rhoads, 20-minute video, Palladium in New York City. May of what? May of 81. Ooh, that's just about when I saw him. Before he died. Yeah, and then they have a bunch of Badlands stuff, videos, and they have a song, Let It Bleed, which is an unreleased demo. That's kind of cool. Ray Gillen was amazing. It's just too bad he had to get sick and die. That's just too bad. AIDS took him out. So it happens. All right, let's get back to this. So I went to the library, right? And I found this album. What was the name of this album? I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it's so teeny tiny. Why is it got to be so teeny tiny? It's one of their latest releases. It's The Absence of Presence is what the name of the album is. So there it is. And you can see it's got the little stickers from the library on it. So I couldn't believe it. I was like, yay. This album, it has the lineup is Tom Brislin on keyboards and vocals and lead vocals on the song in the River, or the song The River Sang. Wow, that is really what it's called. Phil Ahart, of course, on drums, who I heard Phil's not doing so well right now. Billy Greer on bass and vocals. I really want to have him on the show. If anybody knows Billy, give him a call and let him know. Ronnie Platt then on lead vocals. I think I've seen Ronnie live. David Ragsdale, I know I've seen him on violin before. And Zach Rizvi on electric guitar and vocals, and Richard Williams on electric and acoustic guitar. And then it has the Resurrected Nude from the Waist Down Choir. The Resurrected Nude from the Waist Down Choir. That's the name of the choir. So yeah. Kansas would like to say thank you to their fans. Still the smartest and most passionate fans in the world. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Even though I don't think I'm the sharpest tool in the box. I'm here. So anyway. So it's great to get a hold of that. Now, unboxings. Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. This, I think I know what this is. The other day when I was doing my vinyl shopping, I saw this movie, and I've watched this movie. It took me decades, but then I finally saw it. I knew it was on cable for, years. I've got a lot of listening to. Yes, you do. You do. But you know what? It's all totally bitchin'. You're going to love it. What great stuff. So here you go. The classic Dr. Zhivago. I wanted to get it on Blu-ray. I mean, that's always my choice. But this was like, it was under $7. And the Blu-ray was at least twice as much, if not 3 times as much. I'm like, why? I'm like, I'm not doing it. And they didn't have a good used price on it. Although I should have checked. I should have checked Nickel Flicks. Maybe I'll have to do that today. I'll check out Nickel Flicks and see what they've got, and see if they have it. This next piece is what we were just talking about, and I never got around to asking Derrick about this. I'll have to ask him about it at some point. He was talking about the new Judas Priest album that came out and was just shipped and was received by all the fans that purchased either the CD or the vinyl. The vinyl's just a little expensive for me. It's almost $50. And right now, I think it's on sale for, it might be on sale right now for $45. I want to say, let me look, because you deserve it. You need to know. Let me see, where do we have it? Which one of my lists is it on? No, that's not it. Well, that's not it. Lists. Your lists. Where is it? Good Lord. Wish list. Save and compare. I don't know. I don't know what I put on what. There it is. Well, okay. I don't know. Maybe I will order it tonight. It's only 6% off. It's still $42. Although there's some people out here that are selling it. Nah, I mean, by the time you pay the shipping, it's going to be $42. Somebody out here has a new one for $38.29, but you pay $4 shipping and you're back up to 42, and you might as well just get it, because then it'll show up sooner. So I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge Priest fan. So anyway, that's what this is. I got the CD. So there you go. The brand new CD, Invincible Shield. And I didn't even get the big collector. They have a big collector's version as well. I don't know. I'll examine it and see. I'll see what I think. So, hey, Hammer, it's me, Blue. Hey, Blue, how are you? Yes, Blue's Garage. Check that out. It's kind of fun. I was hanging out there the other night. I was watching a Rick Beato video, and then, you got all your other videos running down the side, and down that I saw the little live red box next to Blue. And so I went over and checked it out, hung out and chatted in a bit. And we just had a good time. We were listening to some music, and I didn't get the Prince song right. I was like, oh man, which one is that? I just couldn't think of it. Although today I brought home a book that I got at my school about Prince. So I'm going to read up about Prince. Oh, I can't wait to listen. Blue Murder, especially Ray Gillen. Yeah, I have a CD. I don't know. There's a CD out there. I don't know if it's a bootleg thing. I don't know, that maybe I made it. I don't even remember. But it's all of those Ray Gillen things. But then when you listen to the first album that's got Tony Martin on it, you can totally tell that. And hi, Blue. Now you know what I look like. Of course, you already knew. You probably watched some of the other shows. So, but anyway, when you listen to that, and you after listening to Ray Gillen sing those songs, then you're going to know that Tony he saw what he saw in Ray Gillen, which was fantastic vocals and a great front man. But then when Tony sings them, you can totally hear that Tony's like, we had these demos and just sing them like that. That's it. Just do that. And then boom, that had to have been the way it was, because you can hear the inflections of Ray Gillen in Tony Martin's voice when he's singing them. So it's really, really cool. So, yeah, do yourself a favor, make sure you listen to the first album first on Blue Murder, because it's really different than the second record. Second record's still really good, but in a different way. They're not the same, especially Tony. There's no Tony Franklin, no Carmine Appice. So that was the trio on the first album, was John Sykes, Tony Franklin, and Carmine Appice. and why can't I say Roy? Why can't I say Roy's last name? No. Anyways, in Black and Blue, he's not in Black and Blue. Sorry. Sorry. Cold Sweat. Roy Cathy did a sit-in down. They were doing the big jam down at Rockin' Pod down in Nashville a couple of years ago. And he did the Blue Murder song, Valley of the Kings, which he said it's one of the only, what other metal song has the word bequeath in it? So it was great. I was waiting for that word to come when he was singing it. But yeah, they even have videos for that album. So check those out too. Tony Martin, what an amazing. Here you go, Drew, and anybody else that's going to check this out. The thing I love about it is it's heavy, great heavy music, but Tony Franklin a lot of the time is playing fretless, and it's gorgeous. The way Tony Franklin plays fretless, oh man, I would love to play that way. Very small, low budget garage hangout in New Zealand, right? So this isn't around the corner from me. I mean, kind of, if you're just thinking about the size of our world as compared to the universe, it is around the corner. But we've all become just that aware of New Zealand because of all the shows that were made there, the movies that were made there. And so it kind of brought it to us. So how many times, Blue, have you ever been to the Shire? Just asking. Got into Prince and found Morris Day and the Time too. Yeah. I listened to some of that years ago, but of course in '86 they were putting those songs out, so I played that stuff on the radio when I was a DJ for 9 months. And yeah, great production, a lot of fun. Not necessarily something that I'd put on every day, but I get it. By the time I was playing Prince new stuff, I think it was Raspberry Beret was the big hit that was brand new when I was working on the radio. I can't believe your channel was so small, mate. You do everything so professionally and have a great radio voice. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's going to get big. I really appreciate that. That means a ton. So thank you so much, Blue. I really, really appreciate that. Maybe sometime we can hang on my show or your show and, say hello. And definitely not an everyday thing. Yes, right. But still amazing stuff, right? And it really grabbed a lot of people. That's the beauty of it. That's when, I realize, I'm not into it, but man, it's grabbing somebody else, and that's why I mentioned again the Scott Mishu band, because that's not something you're going to hear about every day. The radio stations aren't going to tell you about it. It's all the way it used to be, and that's okay. It's word of mouth. I think this is really worthwhile. Check that out because it's really great. And Blue, that's what I like about what Blue does there. Just kind of hangs out. It's like a garage hangout, and she'll play some tracks, and sometimes it'll be like a little tribute. Who is this? What song is this? And I'm like, it's Prince. And I'm like, so I threw Purple Rain out there. I knew it wasn't Purple Rain. As soon as I typed in Purple Rain and put it out there, I was like, it's not Purple Rain, Stuart. So, but it goes back to this trivia thing, if you don't mind me indulging it just to skosh here. And then I got to get going. I'm overtime. Hey, Drew and Blue, that's great. But years ago, I was doing these rock trivia things, right? And I'll tell you more about the preceding moments to this story later in another show. But so when I got into this, here was this song. They started playing this song, and I know it's Shooting Star, right? So I have the band. I already know what it is or who it is, but it's this funky upbeat part of a song, right? And then I'm like, okay, all right, hold on. I know this song. Well, one of my teammates kept going, I almost got it. I'm like, shh, stop talking. I'm like, I'm right on the verge of working my way to that point where I know what the song is, right? So I'm like, shh. And they said something again. I'm like, just stop. And I worked it out. And the reason I wasn't pulling it up in my head is because it was the song Hollywood by Shooting Star, which the normal verse is you know, right? It's very low key, right? Well, then it goes into this part, you know, and it's up totally upbeat, totally away from that, which is the slower part is where they say Hollywood in Hollywood, right? So in that part, it's like pure ballad, and then it all funks out and gets really cool and upbeat. So it just took me a second, but I'm like, stop talking. I'll get it. So anyway, and I do appreciate that too. I do like indulging sometimes. Shall we open up something else? I've got a couple other things. And also look at this. I love these little books like this. I found this at our school library. They had weeded it out and we're done with it. Who was Michael Jackson? Now, the really interesting part about this is what I want to do is, all right, so here's a drawing of Michael Jackson with Paul McCartney working together. And then let me see if it's got something in here about... I'll tell you what's not in here, because it's like a family style book about Michael Jackson. I'll tell you what's not in here. The fact that Quincy Jones called Eddie Van Halen and Eddie said, "Fuck you," and hung up on him 3 times. That's not in. Oh, no, here it is. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, it's right here. No, so anyway, but that's not going to be in here. But what is this? Oh, this is the lawyer, John Branca. Boy, immortalized in a kid's book. Yeah, they got a picture of Bruce Springsteen. Hey, look, Bruce Springsteen. How about that? So yeah, anyway, I love these. So I'm going to put something together, and I have one on Elvis as well. And so I want to kind of put that together. I don't know if they say anything about Eddie Van Halen in here. So I'll be looking forward to checking that out. And then also found this book about Chris Daughtry. So I'm going to read about that too. And then this is for Pete and Jeff and all you others out there who love this stuff. Look what else they had and they were getting rid of, and I picked them up. Wrestling books. Yoo-hoo. Edge. Whoop. Batista. Randy Orton. And John Cena. You gotta love it. So those guys really dig their wrestling. I never got into wrestling. Never got into it. Never will. Just not my thing. Like Rise of Skywalker isn't my thing either. Never will be. Never has been. Never will be. The Last Jedi isn't my kind of thing. I just don't like wading through shit, I guess, is what you might say. If I may be so bold. Oh, here you go. I love this. You look at me just throwing books all over the place. You don't say. Yeah, what a good song that was. Geez, your music knowledge is amazing. Well, thank you. It's definitely what it is. I'd never heard of Rick Beato before. Well, there you go. I'm glad I mentioned it. But after watching him now, I see why you were made. Yeah, what it takes to be similar. Yeah, thank you very much. Wow. I won't be able to sleep tonight. That does it. I'll be up all night just thinking of those lovely words. From all the way in New Zealand. That's the beauty of this too. I love being, it's worldwide, you know. All right, so I can't. Okay, obviously, I just, I'm forgetting how to use a knife and how to be thorough. Just don't, not being thorough with a knife is fine. Being overly thorough with a knife is dangerous. Just bear that in mind. So here, I ordered this the other day. I was talking to somebody about the album cover, and it's and I was just talking to Derrick about the beauty of vinyl and how great it is to have it. It's like having a poster and music at the same time. And this is in answer to something I mentioned earlier, where my upcoming grandson is born in the year of the dragon. So I could be holding a Dio album. I'm not, but I could be. Because if you've never heard that album, what's it called? The Dragon. What's it called? Man, there. See, Blue. Just when I get a compliment about it, now I can't think of it. Man, this is driving me bananas. You know, this is driving me bananas. It's not chasing the dragon. It's like capturing the dragon. It's like Dio dragon. It's just killing the dragon. Is that right? Yeah, killing the dragon. And that's, whoa, wait a minute. What's that? It's got a different cover. Okay. What is this? Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you this. I got to get going here, but this doesn't seem right. It's just not right. They changed the cover. At least yeah, it says CD, but okay, I don't know. This bothers me, obviously. That they changed the cover. Let me see if I can get this. I don't know if I can or not. I probably have to do a quick conversion. See if I have to do a. Nope. There. Okay, here. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. Open. Shouldn't take long. Yeah. Look. Killing the Dragon. What? I mean, that's cool, but that's not the right album cover. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't get it. Does anybody know that album? To know what it looked like before? Is this the real world? Is this just fantasy? Very good. Good old Billy Joel. I love that album, by the way. Glass Houses is a great record. If you're like me and you love to sing along to stuff, that's a great record. That one and like Discovery from ELO is a great one to sing along to. I just sang along to the Ballad of Horace Wimp is the name of it from that album Discovery from 1979. Me and my buddy Bruce. That's why my trivia is name this song, artist or band, because a lot of people don't remember both on the spot. Amen to that. Amen to that. And you've seen it live right here. I don't understand that at all. I'm sorry. It probably means nothing to anybody else. I'm just sitting there going, wait a minute, what the hell did they change the cover for? For used. Let's see what we've got here. I don't know. It doesn't show anything different. It shows nothing different, guys. I don't get it. I'm going to put it in. Dio, Killing the Dragon. God. The original artwork was so... Look at this. All right. I'm going to get this. I'm going to download it, and I'm going to show it to you. I mean, I could see it. Okay. This makes no freaking sense. It's a travesty, as they would say. Seriously. Okay, here. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. I got something here. Hang on. We're all learning this together. Worldwide, I might add. Worldwide. Learning together worldwide. All right. So, yep, it's going to be a JPEG. Okay. So hold on. Here I go. All right. It's coming. I'm working on it. It's going to be here. Hang tight. Ooby dooby dooby doop. Dio killing the dragon. Okay, you tell me. You tell me which is the better cover, because this is the original cover, and God knows I hope I can, because I don't think I own it. But if I can get this, and then I found something. So hold on. Look at that. Is that kick ass or what? That's the original album cover, and now they've changed it to this. Still cool, but make that the back cover. I don't know. I could see that being the back cover. There, I've killed the dragon. Here, that's like intense. This just kind of is like, okay, it's all done. I'm the guy from the first album, and I've now killed the dragon. This, you're like, shit, you're gonna kill the dragon. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me what you think. I'm eager to know. Glass Houses is so good to sing to. I saw Dean Ween sing Billy Joel songs. Every song was singable. Dean Ween? What is that? What is Dean Ween? I don't even know who Dean Ween is. It's like when Papa Pete mentions the tickle trunk. I'm like, excuse me? Wow. Dude, I do have this now. The Fire Roar is awesome. Like in Flight of Dragon. I just got that on Blu-ray. I'm so excited. So excited. Because I wasn't finding it on Amazon. I gotta go, guys. I gotta do another show tonight. This is so fun. You guys make this too good. So I will get going here though. But let's show you this though. So I ended up getting Spitfire by Jefferson Starship, because look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? I mean, come on. These were the days, man. You get this and you bought a poster and you get music in it. It's all together. It's so cool. So the hit songs on this album, I was just listening to the beginning of it today, Cruising, but this has With Your Love is the big hit from this album, which is one of those kind of 4 big hits that they had back there in the 70s, with Marty Bowen singing and Grace Slick singing. Craig Chiquiso was in the band. David Freiberg. We had Pete Gears in the band, of course, Paul Kantner, and John Barbata. So yeah, still on Grunt Records, but Spitfire, what a beautiful piece of work that is. So I found a good price on that, so I picked it up. And I think that's about it. I think I've opened up everything and shown you everything. So there you go. You've seen it all. Also, remember, if you're coming through St. Louis, we have a lot of great records, great record stores, used vinyl. You can get different things. Record Exchange is one of the places where we went the other day. Dead Wax Records is another one. Record Space is a great place to go. Vintage Vinyl is classic. I mean, it's been around for so many decades, and I've had so many cool experiences there, even though I don't go there on a regular basis. And I could probably still count how many times I've been there within these 2 hands, without even touching a toe. Who wants to touch your toe anyway? So anyway, I know somebody who doesn't want a foot rub. I couldn't do it. They just they don't like having their feet, but they put socks on and we did it. So, let's see. Let's see. Yes. Oh, Ween. Okay. I got you. Yeah, it's Ween. Okay. I'm with you. Yep. I will listen to the interview. I missed later. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Got to go now too. Yep. Thank you for stopping by, Blue. It's just wonderful words. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I can't wait to check you out again and see what's shaking. What night should I check out? Did you say Tuesday nights on the reg, Blue? I'm sorry. You got to go, but I'm sorry. I'll check it out though and get to it. Very nice, Drew. Very nice. It's awesome. I love bringing you guys together, and we just talk music, man. It's great. Next week, I'm working on next week still, so we'll see what's happening. I'll keep you up on that. Tonight, here in just over an hour, Papa Pete is going to be joining me on Go Game Go. So that's what I'm going to go do. I got to go make a thumbnail and get that up and ready to roll. So that's what I got to do. You guys have a great rest of the day, a great evening, if that's what you're into. I mean, that's what you're looking into. Like New Zealand isn't looking at that right now, I don't think. So that's why Blue had to get rolling. So yeah, tell me what you think of the Dio covers, and which one do you think? And can I get the old one still if I don't already have it? We'll see. So, all right. Thanks again for joining. Thank you again to Derrick Brumley from Conquest for joining me today. What a great time we had doing that. And I'm really, 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 really looking forward to checking some things out with him again, hearing about the Paradox release, getting the Paradox release. So be sure and check out the links that I put out there, so you can go check out conquestmetal.com and make sure you take care of that. All right, I'm going to leave you with a little something that I had made up. It's a little beginning to one of the songs that they have on The War We Rage. And then I've got my outro music. So, hey, guys, take it easy. Have a great evening. I'll see you on Go Game Go here in just a little while. Bye.
Men will still say, this was their finest hour. But if we fail, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
See you, folks.